Good morning, class. This video is going to show you how to take the standard deviation in Excel. Hopefully should save you some time aside from calculating it by hand. So I've got a homework problem here where I need the standard deviation of these 10 numbers. I'm going to copy them with Control-C, and we'll paste them into Excel with Control-V. So here's my 10 numbers. If I just want the easiest way possible to get standard deviation, here's method 1. I'm going to start with an equal sign. Always need an equal sign to tell Excel we're computing. stdev.s is the name of the formula. We open a parenthesis, highlight all of our data, and just like that, there's the standard deviation. Okay, method 2, trying to do this like we showed you in class with this formula here. The standard deviation is the square root of the sum of the deviation squared divided by n minus 1. In class, we had a 6-step process to compute this formula. I'm going to show you how to do that in Excel. First, this will be easier if all of our data is in one column. So I'm going to select this and hit Control-X to cut, Control-V to paste, cut, paste, cut, paste. Now everything's in one column. First, we need to find the mean. We get the mean by adding up all of our data. So I'll type equals and the sum function here. Open a parenthesis and select all my data. Now I know all of these numbers add up to this 1173.5. I can use empty cells to type labels to remind myself what I've done. So here's the sum of my data. Since I didn't type an equal sign, it doesn't try to compute anything. Now I need to divide by 10. This is just a note for me. The actual division by 10 happens when I say equals, click the cell I want to divide, and type divide by 10. So there's our mean, 117.35. Next step, let's go ahead and calculate the deviations. I'm going to right-click row 1 and hit Insert, because I'd like to have a row for a header. These are my x's. Next, I'm going to calculate my deviations, and after that, my deviations squared. The formula for a deviation is x minus x bar. So I'll go ahead and do this formula minus this one. So I type equals this minus this. One more thing, I'm going to press the F4 key, F4. That puts dollar signs in A15, making it an absolute reference. We'll see why we need that in a second. I'm going to click and drag from here, click and drag down to row 11. And I can either find fill right here. We're going to fill down. You can also use Control-D to fill down. All right, what that does is Excel's going to apply the same formula to all 10 of these spaces. So the blue box is moving with my formula because we made that a relative reference. The red box stays the same because we made that an absolute reference. So this box is here minus here. Okay. Now I need to square my deviations. So I start doing math with an equals sign, click the box, and I'll type squared. I can click and drag and then press Control-D to fill down. Now I have all my deviations squared. The next step is to take the sum of all our deviations squared. So I'll do equals sum and then highlight all my data. There's what they add up to. We're supposed to divide by n minus 1. So in this case, that's 9. I have 10 points, so I'm going to divide by 9. So I'll do equals this number divided by 9. Hit enter. All right, the sum of our deviations squared divided by n minus 1 is 181. There's just one more step. We need to take the square root. So I'll do equals, and the Excel formula for square root is SQRT. Click this button, hit enter. And there's our standard deviation, same as we computed before. All right, this box is no longer accurate because it goes from A2 to E3. I wanted the standard deviation from A2 to A11. So here's that same number again. You can check that these are exactly the same. So that's how you get the standard deviation from a list of numbers by following the formula in Excel. That's part 2 of our video. Right. Somewhere in here, there it is.